Hello and welcome to Angry Cow Poetry in the Rialto living room. Excited to be with you tonight. I'm excited for our feature tonight. I'm excited for the open mic as well. We got lots of amazing talent in this room right now. I met Jeronimo first time at a Temple of Passions event up at that wine place, I don't know what it was, and jumped on the open mic, asked did and we connected after that. And every time I see Jeronimo and hear Jeronimo, I like him more as a poet, as a human. It just kind of just keeps compounding. And Jeronimo competed in a slam that Temple of Passions and Angry Cow Poetry put on together and took second place, if memory serves. It was a hell of a fight all night long with some great talent all throughout. I'm really honored to have featuring tonight for us Jeronimo. Please welcome to the stage.
Thank you. That was a very humble introduction. I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys for being here. You think, how do you open up? Like, if this is going to be a feature, how do you open this up? Do you want it to be a piece that's going to tell a lot about you, that's very personal? Do you want to do your hardest hitting piece? How do you want it, the night to go gradually or whatever? But in true artist form, I'm gonna come with some structure. So this first piece is called How to Write a Poem, a step-by-step guide. First, you grab some paper and pen, or pencil, if you're a sociopath. Write the title. Write the poem. No, write the title. No, write the poem. Okay, just doodle on the side of the paper for hours. Imagine how amazing this poem would be. Starting over. Step 1, use typewriter and paper. Wait, no ribbon for the typewriter. Okay, step 1, think about a poem you like, right? Try to emulate your poem to sound like that poem, then read it back to yourself and realize they sound nothing alike. Step 1, read a book on writing poetry. Step 1, take a class on poetry. Get a quill pen. Start dressing like Edgar Allan Poe. Don't worry, it's out there. I know because I dropped some off at the thrift store. So, start speaking with a Victorian South London accent. You could do it with some downtown Abbey and a little practice. Start feeling like you're a poet. Go to an open mic, and nope, you're a catfish. Okay, so let's try this again. Step 1, grab paper and pen. Write the dopest line you ever came up with. Stare at it for hours. Then add one more sentence to it and feel like you've conquered the world. You're proud that you made 2 lines that make sense next to each other, forgetting that there's maybe 20 or 30 more to go. And that poem will sit for months untouched as you prepare to write a different piece. Step 1, call yourself a fraud. Trick yourself into thinking you hate poetry. Stumble into an open mic locally, get a taste of that dopamine, words flow vocally. You don't write it down, because you'll remember it later, hopefully. You excited, you go to write it, but where did it go? It now resides in the divide of, what's his name, whatchamacallit it. You know. Maybe you don't have the right idea or the right plan. Maybe it left you because you didn't write with your right hand. Just know that when you dive in, write from a commonplace, an honest place. Don't do what others tell you. It's not Simon say. Bars are going to come to you any time of day. You don't have to rhyme. You can be like me and rhyme away. Just know it's going to be some times when you cry on stage. Or get lost in the pages, but to find out, you're going to have to find a way. You'll revisit dungeons in your mind and heart that you swear you would never open. You're going to heal some wounds and find out there's some bones broken. You're going to tell some secrets and pretend you were just joking, but you're not. You popped the pill. You ate the cake. You'll travel down a lonely rabbit hole and can't escape. I didn't make the rules. I just know this is made this way. Wait, why is y'all asking me? You see how terrible this poem is? When you figure this shit out, come back and teach me how to write a poem. Step 1, grab a paper and pen. Wait, I said that before. Okay. Step 1, accept the fact that you're a tortured soul even though that you weren't one before. Step 1, understand that you won't be able to enjoy the things that you're used to because the veil is removed what became see-through. Step 1, one step. Write like you like the pencil. That's the piece. This is, in true fashion, as defined and spoke of, a storytelling piece.
Called it?
Yeah. This piece is called Cain and Abel. Hello, Cain. This Abel. It's been a while since you tried to kill me. Instead, you left me with this Cain. This Abel. Cain, disable. Like, bitch nigga, don't call my line when my cable about to get disabled. Disgraceful and hateful. Abel shook it off and responded a little playful. Said, Cain, you so funny, but I got a proposition that could make us a little money. Cain was leery, like, why this nigga being so fucking chummy? Is this a setup? So we do the job, and then the money he takes it from me. Okay, what's the job and what you want from me? Cain says to himself, I'm a double cross from this dumb dummy. I need the money because I'm tired of looking bummy and hunger pains in my tummy. Abel said, I don't need too much, seeing how I'm on a crutch and you carry me will become a clutch. I got word from a snake about this easy play. Just follow me and I'll lead the way. We'll be heroes to mom and pops, like we saved the day. Okay, Abel, so what's the heist? Do we need supplies? If so, what's the price? Give me the low on where it's at, because you know I don't like heights. Abel said, all right, there's this thing called knowledge in the city of Babel. It'll change the world and maybe stop you from being an asshole. And if knowledge is power and power is money, then we'll have the cash flow. Cain said, ain't God gonna be mad though? Listen, bro, we don't have to worry about that guilty shit. It's not really stealing, it's like we discovered it, like the Christopher Columbus kid. Abel, you dumb as fuck, Christopher Columbus don't exist. Well, what I'm trying to say is we'll be legends and filthy rich. Cain was thinking, I'm gonna steal this knowledge and kill this bitch. He carried him to the location. They had a stakeout, but Cain hates waiting. He said, go up high, knowing that Abel couldn't keep up. But Abel said, no, I kept low. This is it. What? You anxious, impatient. Security's about to rotate and leave us access to the basement. They'll make it to the vault without the slightest chance of getting caught. They see a book bound in leather and gold leaf. Cain thinks this is an opportunity before he gets cold feet. I'm gonna retire Abel like a slow leak. Abel's not paying attention. He's opening the book. Cain sees Abel's face turn red as he yells, Cain, come look. What the fuck could possibly have my brother this shook? But one glance is all it took. Cain saw it was him and his brother in the same clothes, standing at this very same spot in the same pose. Froze in fear, all that could be heard is the beating of their hearts. They saw art imitate life. It was life imitating art. That's that piece. I don't know if y'all picked up on I don't want to go up high, go down low. This is it. Camp low. This is it. What? Okay. Routine falling from the sky. Let's get rich. Okay. There's pieces that I know I said I wanted to do in a certain order, but after the first two, I kind of forgot the order. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a fun piece. I think it's a fun piece. This poem is sponsored by Hennessy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, bro. Come on.
A lot of Hennessy. Casamigos, pre-bros, and Negroes that thought they would grow up and become superheroes. But we didn't. We're over-aggressive or timid, so the media calls us a menace, and our women call us Pookie and Ray Ray, the same black women we thought we would save. That this poem is sponsored by crack cocaine and 40 ounces. Teddy bear memorials and abandoned houses. Justice system that locks up just the victims, limited resources, but ample criticism. So I tried to get sponsored by local politicians, but they felt I was the opposition and possibly the competition, and helping black men ain't never been a part of their mission. This poem was sponsored by players and pimps with the gusto. Rusty basketball courts with no nets and cracked concrete, and the niggas still doing it for nuts. So this poem is sponsored by those cars that said, have you seen me, sent to your mail, who were kidnapped by the same people that are kidnapping now, but those kids unfortunately don't give a chance to tell their tale or give warning. Which reminds me, this is sponsored by global warming, by the women that turned young nerds into hood niggas because she thought being smart was boring, by fuck niggas that think they have ops, cops, my pops, the people that skip love below and only listen to speaker bots. This poem This poem is sponsored by the monsters that turn my friendly smile into the triggers to the sexually abused, that turn their trust into tremors, turn their love into the lost and confused, by mothers that think they can be fathers, by fathers that think it can be done solely by mothers, by all the white people that claim they don't see color because their best friend is black. But when they talk about politics, they can't seem to keep that line intact. By food stamps issued in food deserts, by the immigrants that say us black folks should pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, but not realize they benefit from all our marching more than boot camps. This poem is sponsored by cotton and tobacco, the major exports that revolutionized these ungrateful assholes, so we couldn't get in the front and influence the world through the back door. This melting pot is starting to feel more like a frying pan by presidents that lie during election time that tell that same lie again, by men who don't want to be men but want to tell me how to be a man. Shit, this Hennessy gonna get me in trouble. This poem is sponsored by the drink I'ma need after reading this poem. Hey Mike, hey yo, I need some more Jameson. Can you make me a double? All right, I do one more. Do one. Okay.
Sure.
So,
What are you feeling?
this piece is called Black Boy Don't Run. They said black boy don't run, but once I knew how to balance one foot after another, I was always doing it just for fun. I'd get a whooping, run outside when I felt the skin of knee, knowing I'm gonna get in trouble. Mama say, black boy, don't you run from me. But I'm trying to get free. Never ran away from home, but I ran home when the gangs tried to jump me if they saw me walking home alone. And boy, I was fast. So fast when the bell rang, I was the first one out of class. The teacher's voices loud but muffled under the sound of my sneakers as they yelled, black boy, don't you run. See, it was a game to me. Wasn't a thing to me. If I ain't like my surroundings, I'd change the scene. I remember one time, I stole a kiss on the cheek from my crush, and she was in front of her friends, and she gonna act like she ain't like me. And she giggled a little, then chased at me. She said, black boy, don't you run. But I did. She knew I would. But I wanted to show how fast I could. And boy, I was fast. I was the fastest kid I knew by far. I used to race my aunties and uncles when they was inside their car. I was fast, you know that's true. I was fast. The more I ran, the more I got better. I had to learn how to sew just so I could sew my leather back together. I had joined the track team in middle school and I wrote poetry and I fell in love with the haikus. I had won so many meets, I just couldn't be beat. I just knew I was unique. I did hurdles and 100-meter dashes, and mama would make a special lunch just for me after practice. I ran in the winter, and even when it was snowing, Dad was proud, said I reminded him of Jesse Owens. I was fast. Fast like my shadow was looking for a battle, but he sure wasn't gonna catch my ass. So one summer, I go visit my cousin, but some strangers said I had whistled at some white woman. All these people came running, but I declared they'd be fair if I tell them I ain't do nothing. But I had heard my mama's voice telling me to run. Run, black boy, run. I heard that and she ain't even here. But I heard it inside my mind like in my inner ear. But they had me, and they showing up beat me. None of them white man's hands had good intentions. I had heard lynching, but I didn't think it would have to happen to me. Hell, I never got in trouble. Hell, I never even been in detention. So I knew it couldn't happen to me. Blood in my face, and all I could see is the faint outline of an oak tree. Itchy rope wrapped around my neck and hands. My breeches and stitches, I had forgot I was wearing pants. And there's that voice again. Run, black boy, run. My legs kicking, wishing it was ground up under me. But it's just a bunch of white laughing faces in front of me. But I still run. I run on top of their heads trying to reach the sun. Trying to get back to the sound of my mama finally telling me, black boy, run. Black boy, run. But I can't. I'm so sorry, mama. I just wasn't fast enough. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the first set. We're going to get our open mic started because we got a lot of great artists on here to keep things flowing. As we were talking before, keep it to 2 pieces or less on the open mic, unless you're like running haikus, and then you can make an exception. So first to the open mic, for the first time I believe, at least for this event, we have Defining.
my whistle. And if you be happening right now, whistle.
So, this is reality. Let me go a little something like this. No, I'm quit. I'm joking. They say, praise to the Most High. But you see crackheads constantly laid out freely. Even Father Tom couldn't slow down the bullets that's always piercing through our taunted black history. I've even seen firsthand how poetry is similar to the hounds that runs TMZ, alleged therapists or the rapists. Journalism tainted. Sensitive secrets is taken advantage to the newest scheme. Theme with rumors and speculations, but we're in the land of the free, where everything costs, like the admission not to pay in order to share this poetry. I guess it's consideration, but I'm not sorry. Because it's funny how people wanting to be the lead like handheld GPSs, but everybody's still lost when your software don't match your personality because your replicate is showing how when your piece is only a piece to the pieces of a possible puzzle. So please, no comments yet because my Android is slowly booting. So Instagram is for more followers.
Oh, hey, yo. Yeah.
So, y'all want to go heartbreak or y'all want to get nasty but not nasty?
Nasty but not
Don't
nasty.
be nice, but be nasty. Don't be nice.
Be
Be nasty.
When I put it in my mouth.
Whoa, wait, rewind.
Rewind. From the top.
When I put it in my mouth, I love the way that it floats. And how I get excited when I'm accepting what's going down my throat. Because the process of me opening it up, putting it in my mouth, making it wet as fuck, and everything becomes fire because what I can do, there's no need for a rush because if I swallow it, then it's mine. And if I cough a bit, then it'll be fine because when I pull it out, it'll go right back in every goddamn time. Yet this is just one of my nasty habits because I'm beyond the quitting line. But I'll always love the way weed hits differently whenever I'm trying to get high.
Love it. Thank you, Defining. All right, next to the open mic, we have a regular here now at Angry Cat Poetry in the Rialto Living Room. Please welcome Steve.
All right, thank you very much. Most of my poems are about recovery, I say, and I have a couple for you tonight. I call the first one Other People's Work. I sweep the parking lot before they come in. Arriving late, my boss asked me to do it again, so it can be seen. Then it's the daily routine. I paint apartments and clean. Before I leave, I mop the floors. I try to do things their way. They write grants, supervise, and watch the store. It is important to them that I always do more. That is their message, constantly. I wonder why my job seems secondary. I feel like I pay for their jobs, but they would disagree. Instead, I am paid less, while they experience job stress. I wish someone else would clean up the mess.
Yeah.
And this one is also about recovery. I call it 20 hours. I had a friend on disability. She worked at a hotel in our community. She lived at her parents' home to save money. She cleaned guest bedrooms and the swimming pool. It was always after vacations and celebrations. She worked hard to keep her job. They wanted to give her more hours, but she would lose her benefits for $50 more. She told me she could get a discount on a room and how she wanted kids. I had to say no. How would we raise them on what we made? But I now know those feelings just don't go away.
All right, thank you, Steve. All right, next to the mic, please welcome TaJuan.
Hi, I'm just gonna read two poems and just two notes. They're kind of connected. They're not like really connected, but like I'm gonna flow into them, so I'm not gonna take a break between them because I think they work together, but they're separate. And for the second poem, it's like written in parts. I wrote it in parts, so I'm gonna say like the part. It's like 6 parts and they're really short, but I'll say it so it's like a different part. And their titles are Kissing Back and Inevitable Choices. Okay.
All right.
Kissing Back. A little lavender to the coffee never hurt anyone. You replied after comments were issued on how objectively weird your taste buds were. Ice, of course, you added, flicking your wrist, revealing onyx black nails against pale skin. When we finally received our drinks, you yelled, "Another win for the gays," as you raised both your drink and my hand to the air. I was blushing. You were very beautiful. In your dorm room, you sat on your desk, decorating my nails to mirror yours. I said I could have done it, but you insisted. We listened to your favorite songs. It was nice. I apologized because I never kissed a boy before, but then you just grabbed my neck and kissed me. I kissed back. It was nice. Your roommate walked in and acted like they didn't see. I sat nervously. You laughed ferociously. It was nice. We were smoking weed on the train tracks, walking until we forgot who we were. The river waters a spine, you screamed, dropping a rock, making God work. I broke down into tears when my dad called. You rubbed my back counterclockwise, hoping to turn back time. You look really pretty, you whispered. Your eyes are like flowers. This made me even more hysterical. After the 12th day of my bender, you decided to draw a line in the sand. I felt backed into a corner of my own creation, closeted corpse. A bottle of Zoloft laid in my mouth you wouldn't let me swallow. Look, you said, pointing to the white capsule strewn all over the blue carpet. It's winter. I wanted to smile. I really did. You were silent. You were silent when you picked me up from St. Elizabeth's. Your eyes refused to leave the road. My eyes remained on my arm, on the scar that the IV left, on the scars that I left. I still have the socks on. They were my size, but they were still too big. I was itchy, but I refrained from scratching. I know you didn't want me to hear you mumble, "I don't know how much more I can take." But I did. And deep down somewhere, I knew that I had already lost you. I invited you to coffee at 3. But you didn't show up. I served my coffee and listened to the Isis melody. I took a sip. The lavender was strong. I kept waiting. I'm still waiting. Inevitable choices. 1. I made my decisions. Erratic, unstable, courageous ignorance. I was trying my best out there. I only knew so much. I still shriek, reminiscing on how the Jenga blocks fell. I'm trying to piece it back together. 2. I couldn't tell that the world was melting, but you probably knew that already. I just prayed that I was good. Maybe just to hear my own voice. This imagination is too real, and my smile never feels safe. 3. I hope when you hear my name, your mind isn't laced with poison. For your own sake. Forsaking forgiveness fevers the soul. I have no proof of this, and all of my evidence is anecdotal, but if I cannot trust my eyes, then what should I be faithful towards? These questions are not original. You have heard these inquiries before, these locked doors before, so tell me, why haven't we found a way out? 4. Session 12. Are you rooting for anarchy? I'm rooting for further destinations outside of these walls. Are they still whispering, it's all they know how to do? What are they saying? The same song, lessening in luster, you have entered and one day you must leave. Does this bother you? Only a touch, nothing more. And why is that? Because there are things I still want to do. 5. You spat at my words of transformation, disregarding the fact that I have yet to miss a session since last summer. But I guess that could mean anything. I'll lower my voice. You may calm. Your name no longer fits properly in my mouth. I wish I could sing another song, paint another picture with different colors, changing brushstrokes, but I can only do so much. The ink is on the page now. A story has been written, and whether we like it or not, our names are on the script. I'm still trying to figure out where to go from here too. I know I am lacking suitable solutions, but I take solace that every single syllable was sent with scents of honey and honest love, so sorry, not sorry. 6. I'm worried, but I stay mute. Some stories sing louder, left untold. I have sinned and it cannot be undone. I still see you in my prayers. I forever hope you're doing okay. I did not have that memorized before I came here, but thank you so much.
Thank you, TaJuan. I love that journey you just took. Sorry about the mic. I get so involved in listening to people, I forget to check if the mic's in an appropriate place. So please holler if you do. Next, welcome to the stage, Preacher Girl.
Hey.
You up for it? You ready? All right, here comes Preacher Girl.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all know this. I have never done this before.
All right.
I wrote it as I was sitting there.
Oh!
And my inspiration is my beloved and Jeronimo. So I've been wanting to do this, so I'm so scared. But I'm gonna try my hardest, okay?
Yeah.
We always say we have a passion. Something that has been deep inside of us since we were a child. I can say that this is true. When I was a child, I always wanted to be a school teacher. Yet that crazy thing, it was never going to go from my head. It was something about the click, clack, of Miss Green's shoes when she would walk down that hallway. I wanted to be a teacher, but it would be Miss Green. Yeah, Miss Green that would tell me that I could not go to the next level. Me? Miss Green, I hate you. I despise you. What do you mean you don't know me? Mama! Come save me from this Green. I want to be a school teacher. Mama, she saved me. Girl, you gotta leave here. You can't go from here. You can't stay here. That's what I was supposed to say, y'all. Don't forgive me.
You good?
but I hid. I hid behind that mask. I hid behind the mask that Miss Green said would hold me back. I had the class clown mask because I did not want everyone to know what my secret was. I just couldn't read. I just couldn't understand or comprehend. What you say? I'm not college material. Stay behind. But mama say, you getting out of here, girl. You gotta go somewhere else. Preschool teacher. That's where I'll go. Because I wanna be a teacher. But I can't do it. I can't go. Miss Green said so. The school counselor said so. But I made it. I made it. But that just wasn't enough. Not enough for me. I want to be a teacher. I must press my way. HBCU. That's the way for me. Music. Music to my ears. Pause. I want to be a teacher. You got it, girl. Elementary school teacher. You can do it. You made it. But that's not enough for me. You can't make it. Stop right there. I want to press just a little bit further. Go ahead. You can do it. You can make it. You're a teacher. Teacher, go. Go get your master's. Now go. Go get your doctorate. Because you're a teacher. Boom.
You wrote that today, here.
Yeah.
All right, that may be the first time you performed a piece of poetry, but it's not the first time you performed. I know you told me you walked in, you're a singer as well, but you definitely have performance down. Thank you so much. All right, we are going to move the open mic next. Please welcome to the stage Six.
Where you want that?
No, we get ready.
All right.
Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so I actually wrote two pieces. One from a dog's perspective, because I just recently got a puppy. It's my first time.
All right.
So it's like a dope experience. So you feel me?
The finest just got a puppy too.
Really?
Yeah.
What type of puppy she get?
It's a German Shepherd mixed with a pit.
Ooh,
All black. She named him Midnight Moon Love.
that sounds like a dope name.
Yeah.
Mine is a pit mixed with a cane corso.
Ooh.
And I named her Brownie, but I've been told I should change her name.
What's wrong with Brownie?
It's common.
Oh.
Alright, so the one about the dog's perspective is first. I want to run rapid. I want to do what the fuck I want to do, but I promise I'll always come back to you. I want to run up to everyone I never knew, but I'll never desert you. As long as you feed me hand and foot, I promise you I'll always love you. Don't take too much shit from me. but just pick up my shit. I might cry tears when you leave me, but I'll always wag my tail when you come back to me. No matter where you go, I'll always follow. Just promise you'll never desert me. And I'll be your best friend forever. That's TaJuan. Alright, and then the second one is titled, Can I Leave Your Mind Wondering? Can I leave your mind wondering? Because sometimes I wonder how we even got here. They say patience is a virtue. Crazy how heartfelt moments sped up time. Because sometimes I wonder if I ever could leave your mind wondering. They say the road less traveled is the fun one, but these back roads of love looks too familiar. I tend to pass down memory lanes of hurt. The things that went unseen makes me wonder how deep these back roads are. Crazy how a right turn can be at the wrong moment. Even more beautiful how you can have the right moment at the wrong turn. Because sometimes I wonder if I ever could leave your mind wondering. A destination with no space and time, but I'd rather take up space in your mind. And that's all I got for right now.
Thank you so much, Six. All right, next we're going to welcome to the stage Vair.
Vair.
Basically, it's a new poem. It's some healthy stuff, and I normally would give options, but I'm tired of people picking nasty poems. So, let's see.
If you don't write them, you kind of don't have that problem.
Bring whatever you want to bring tonight.
Right here, thank you. Okay, let's see how this is. I haven't. Oh, this definitely needs some writing too. Oh, yeah, this needs some editing real bad.
That's what open mics are for.
I should have thought of that before I came up here. Okay, bear with me then. I was born into this world blessed by the hands of a lover. She grabbed me and swore to never let go, a love so pure, it was angelic. She connected her spirit with up high Padre Nuestro. As she began to pray, I felt the angels clothe me with her protection. I like to think a little bit of her soul stays with me. She's the reason my soul was born old, why I live with my feet on the ground and my head in the sky. I was born in tune with the Most High. Intentionally crafted, He made me from dirt. Created me to hold the weight of the world without crumbling. Flooding my body with stormy seas, He taught me the patience of a calm breeze. Okay, now this part's kind of ass, so I apologize. He left my heart in flames to keep me alive. Human is what I became, crafted from His image, and no two the same. So a bruja I became. My empathy attracts as my words command. Santa Maria, as my witness, I heal, giving you peace of me. I protect all that aligns. I was born divine. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vair. All right, there's three more of us to go. I want to close with the two of you, so I'm going to go next, and I'm going to bring the two of you up here. These two pieces I have for you are both kind of ones people asked me to write. And the first one, I was talking to my friend Dion, and she was explaining, an experience with sexism, and we were just talking through it and things. And I was like, "You should write that poem." And she's like, "You should write that poem." I'm like, "God damn it!" Fair enough. This is called Consensual Candy. The taste of candy, sweet to the lips, sugary satisfaction, confectionery ecstasy. Candy land should be candy heaven for all who choose to indulge. But a straight man in a candy store is too often a bull in a china shop. Oblivious to his surroundings and careless in his destruction. double dipping, double standards, grabbing handfuls of hypocrisy, mocking her sweet tooth with names meant to degrade for the same sugary desire he prides himself on. Candy slut if she consents, candy prude if she denies, set up for ridicule regardless of her choice, as he attempts to shame her for wanting what he himself desires. Not the most intelligent of candy connoisseurs, this bull of a man. As candy is consensual, and if she declines dessert, he'll have only the distant memory of the taste and his own sticky hands. Credit Dion D. Hunter for that piece. All right. Thank you. So the other one here that I'm going to give you tonight, a friend of mine, Brees, was at a livestock auction with his buddy up in Michigan, and just witnessing what happens there. The discarded, the ones that are going for very few amounts of dollars or coins at the end. Just what happens in our industry. And he sent me the footage, and he's like, can you write a piece to go with this footage? I want to put this footage out there, but I want a poem. And he's not a poet. And I'm like, well, tell me, talk me through this. How are you feeling? And so I wrote this piece. It took me a minute to get into it, and then I went through Arthur Miller's play, Death of a Salesman. Yeah. And so this piece is called Death by a Salesman. The action takes place at a local Michigan livestock auction. It happens every Tuesday. The curtain rises on this less than poetic pageantry. The actors pulled from their cages and stalls, prodded forth for a final curtain call before the lights forever fade to black on what I wish were only fiction. A theater of emotionless judgment sits inspecting each angle, each frame. How could someone be on full display and still not be seen at all? Except as an item, a commodity, a check on a list. They see their flesh, but not their fear. Their height, but not their heart. Their weight, but not their will to live. The auctioneer sets a minimum bid for a life already battered, and the eager crowd decides when to raise a hand to up the ante. One after the next led across the stage in rapid succession, some barely able to walk, as death is auctioned to the highest bidder. Like Willie Loman dipped in ketchup, valued more by the world in death. The grim reaper in white apron waiting eagerly in the wings. There will be no burial, as the only thing these humans will bury is their teeth into the next bite. The cries and blood will occur off stage. The curtain falls, fade to black. Stabbing ensues. Silverware clinks.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we have two more artists on the open mic, and then we'll do another short break. You can refill your drink, choose the restroom, whatever. We have an awesome more time here with Jeronimo before the night is done. To keep you posted, next month's feature, November's every first Wednesday, come down, join us. Next month's feature is Nellie B, the artist, coming in from Toledo. And then December's feature is Ephraim Nehemiah, coming in from Baltimore. So please come back. Yeah. So we got some good stuff. And then Sugar Water Baby's going to be January's feature. So I got the next three lined up, really fantastic poets. Keep coming back is what I'm saying. But don't go anywhere right now, because there's still more awesomeness to come. Please welcome to the stage QintheStu.
QintheStu.
Yeah, I'm used to doing that. How you guys doing?
Good.
Right. Cool. So I'm gonna do this poem. I might have done it one other time before, and I just have been editing it. So an idea that I'm playing with right now. I don't usually talk about my poems before I do them, but it seems like a cool setting. So this poem is kind of about I don't know, I feel like we all kind of get distracted by a lot of the things that are in front of us, and maybe don't really pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes, or more often than not above us, shit that we don't really get to be involved in. So this is called, I'm gonna name it right now. I'm gonna call it Fairy Tale. We live in a land of make-believe, a world of magic mirrors, of sleeping beauties,
glass slippers, and poison apples. Our minds no longer have the capacity to distinguish superheroes from villains. None of them wear capes anymore. Their smiles don't scream good guy, their mean mugs don't scream bad one, but their lungs scream for fresh air and are muffled by summer anthems. They are silenced by tantrums tempered through tyranny. They suffer as the echo of their voices bounce within their hollow bellies. To us, they are just more men of steel. They are cold. They are told to get their lives in order. They are left stranded in the darkness and challenged to find their way out. God forbid the giving tree grants you one of her branches. How dare you dally in her leaves? She has a family to shade. Her power is precious, yet she is often only viewed as potential. Her wings have been clipped, so when she flies, the headline will read miracle, and she will be the face known as adversity's adversary. And through capillary action or some other sort of magic, the ones who pull her strings will reap what she sows. She will never know the good she did. She will only live through those who know her story, whether she gets the chance to write it herself or not. These are the souls of those whose roads are most traveled. Their tolls put food on the table of that nasty troll whose family has always really lived above the bridge, in a castle. That troll proclaims himself king. His queen doesn't do much but to smile and wave at the little boys and girls and give false hope to those who think they can change the world one day, because it's all fake. We've been raising generations on the power of imagination. Free speech demonstrations only demonstrate what it means to appease the masses until the next social movement passes. What will they do when the world stops turning? When the heroes have had enough? Who will step up for those who have been stepped on when they all inevitably step out of the shit that they have been birthed in and refuse to become nutrients for the planet they serve? Who will keep this operation running? Will it even be enough? While the big kids are used to playing dress up, they'll be stuck playing toy soldier instead. They'll have to get their hands dirty, their feet wet, dig their way through the trenches, learn all the secrets of the trade, and trade all of their secrets away for an extra life. They'll be begging for the creativity to think of a way out, the skill to execute, the endurance to make sure the job gets done, and the people like themselves to understand why they need a break sometimes. You see, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in this fairy tale. Sometimes the good guys get hurt, the bad guys win, and no one gets to close the book and pretend it all away. This is the race, the human one. Each heat is just another chapter of the madness. Whatever happens is just a reflection of the strides we make. It's important to recognize that there are winners and losers, but it's even more crucial to recognize the difference between those who have lost and those who have accepted defeat. How will you write your story?
Wow. Shit. Hey, yo.
I know that was kind of long. Is it okay if I do another one?
Cool. We're ready.
Cool. This one's called Forgiveness. I find it funny that many of us are taught to apologize before we ever learn what it means to forgive. As if I ever had the consciousness as a kid to hurt with purpose. As if I was really scheming. I think that if I ever heard the words "I'm sorry" before I had to say it for myself, then maybe I'd be able to say it's okay and really mean it. Forgiveness is my biggest weakness. I say its name in vain. I use its likeness for the protection of my image, then allow its identity to be diminished as soon as the coast is cleared. I can't forgive what I can't expel from the depths between my ears. In other words, it's no point in apologizing if you can't make me forget why you should in the first place. I'm not good at remembering names. Birthdays just don't stick. I'll probably ask you what you do for work each time we meet again, and yet I can never seem to forget the path to the place in my heart that holds resentment for those I simply didn't get along with. I don't know why I can't let go. I don't know why my blood boils and my heart bellows with rage at the sight of a long-lost acquaintance. They didn't even mean to step on my shoes. That stupid bitch. But if we switched, and they were in mine, I would expect nothing less than the proper respect to accept my apology and keep it pushing, but while I stand there in my size 8s, I can't help but keep looking, watching, hoping they trip over the pocket I told them they dropped. Got you, Goofy. I did this before, my bad. Got you, bitch. Yet truthfully, I'm not proud to be this spiteful. I'd run myself into the ground if it made my presence more delightful, but the fact of the matter is I've dug this hole. I can no longer see the imaginary foes I'm constantly at war with. It's just me and all this fucking dirt. I've done all this fucking work, but I still can't stand to be the man that swung that shovel. I can't stand to be the man whose vices run victory laps in the same vicinity as his aspirations. I had to watch my goals roll over and go back to bed because I had them waiting. I was taken back when my dreams went to sleep on me. I haven't been gassed up in a while, so I've just been creeping on E, hoping that God would put his hands on me and lift each and every one of my burdens birthed by bad habits, but I realize that's not how blessings work. God has already done his. I know I've already been forgiven, but it's me who chooses to continue living in between my bads and I'm sorries. I've hardly given myself the chance to make amends with the man in the mirror. I know he's had a bad day. I won't lie and tell him what he did is okay, but it will be all right. There's no need to spend all night passing judgment over each and every misstep, each and every tiny blunder, each and every time you skip the family function, each and every time you wonder too hard about someone else's business. It's no need to ask for forgiveness from every person who doesn't seem to understand what you're doing. Especially if you can't even forgive yourself for occasionally forgetting what it means to be human, even if you ruin a single person's day by simply trying your best not to make a mess out of yours. All will not be lost, but what will be gained is another opportunity to foster new hope. Each hole we dig is another chance for new growth. You see, I've done this dance with a few folks who have left me with broken black and blue toes, and I blame myself for two-stepping with those who know nothing about the rhythm of love. As if it's my fault they couldn't keep up. As if it's their right to say that it was. As if any of that shit really mattered. As if I can stand here today and tell you with a straight face that it still does, it's over. It no longer is what it was. It is what it can be. It is potential. It is a blank canvas. It is second chances. It is the world's to witness, and it's finally my turn to stop feeling sorry for myself. All this shit right here, this is forgiveness. Oh, wow. Thank
you. All right, thank you so much, Q. All right, so we have one more poet up to the open mic, then we'll take a 5 to 10 minute break where you can refill your drinks and chat and all that. You can always find more about this event and everything else I'm doing at Angry Cow Poetry, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, angrycowpoetry.com. To finish up the open mic here, please welcome QuietKid.
I almost tripped coming up here. I almost just bust my ass. That would have been terrible.
He's glad you made it all right.
You know, it was a long journey. Alright. So I haven't said this poem since the last time I said this poem.
All right.
That makes so much more sense in my head. But anyway. What if my trauma response is to beat you the fuck up today? What if you triggered me in just the right place to get fucked up? Small as I may seem, sometimes I feel like running through bitches like a rolling stone. Sometimes I feel like hurting people. So watch how you step to me. I don't let loose, I landslide. You should be careful because I got a few screws loose up here. I'm not always all the way an artist. At times I tend to turn arsonist. Pull up, trying to size me up. Nigga bought a toolkit. Now I gotta fight the urge to run you over and make you see white like I hit you with this Cool Whip. What if the first feeling that I ever felt consciously was irritation and anxiety? What if simply by approaching me the wrong way, you dug into the first scar ever scorched across my soul? And what if the natural instinct that I've had my whole life tells me to light you on fire? What if I'm fragile, like a grenade? Anytime I'm thrown off, I implode, and the blaze is so bright it blinds you. Frequently, out on the frequency of an EMP, you should be careful. Half of me is Hyde and the other half is Jekyll. I'm liable to blow this bitch up like TNT, a quiet nigga. I'm known to manipulate noise. The way that I respond to feeling threatened threads directly into making you bitches hurt. I'm prone to explode and expose a crater in the earth. Speaking on the wrong frequency, I'm fixing to fix your face into the dirt. I'm on a journey of self-discovery that leads to me having a spiritual epiphany like every other day, you know. So I'm not healed enough to be your hero. I've been wrestling rudeness and fighting against my own responses from my own trauma when they became too intrusive since before I began developing cubics. Me and all the black parts of space were made to match. What if we are both beautiful to witness, but will pull you apart the instant you get too close? The moment you leave your surface, you lose your footing and float. What if the moment you leave yourself to find me, you lose yourself and you never come back because you've been fixed into a ghost?
All right.
Alright. Is there a certain poem anybody who knows me wants to hear tonight before I just pick one out of my notes that I don't know by heart fully? No? Okay.
The one with the words.
The one you haven't read since the last time you read.
Right.
That love poem that you did at the one spot.
I do so many love poems.
That was a love poem.
But I'm gonna just do the most recent love poem that I did
Alright.
at the most recent spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love can be so sick. It can be so sinister. But it could all be so simple if only it were you. Love could be so new. It could be so rare, like limited edition, like a new pair of sneakers. I would wear our love every day and somehow I would never wear it out, but I would always wear it out. I would only go outside once coated in a thick layer of our love. I would just bathe in it till I grew gills, and then I would swim in our love endlessly. Whether I'm drifting off or lifting off, I would peacefully suffocate my lungs inside our love, and somehow I bet I would never lose breath. I bet it would be so freeing, but love can be so sick. It can be so sickening. If you love something, you protect it, but you also let it go. If you love something and you set it free, that implies it was in your possession. But if it's possession, then it's not love. So do I love you or do I want you to myself? These thoughts are why I often just keep all my love to myself, but keeping all this love to myself is exactly what keeps me up at night. Ironically, I even write about you in my sleep, seldom as it comes. Love can be hideous, but you are beauty. Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. You're my beloved. I'm your biggest fan. So whenever you don't have time, I find it for you, even at the cost of my own patience, because you are an experience worth waiting for. Even though I want you to myself right now, I guess the world just will experience you more. I just hate feeling saved for last because you know I love you more, right? Love can lack so much sympathy sometimes. Ooh, shit.
You
Hold
got
on.
it.
It's like, how can I say that I love you when I associate so much negativity with love itself? I keep it to myself so I can fix it up for you. Love could be so polished. It could be so pristine. But it could all be perfectly sobering, but pursuing someone as opportunist as you requires me to evolve first, and I'm willing to level up for our love, and I'll spend all my XP on our love. I look forward to loving you as if it's right before my eyes. I look forward to loving you like I have some kind of foresight, but love can be so blinding when we don't keep in contact, so your contact in my phone will always be beloved, because as ugly as love can be, love could be so us. Poem.
All right.
Hey, if I get married, you come into my wedding to do that poem.
All right, so last bit of the night, we get one more time with our featured poet. Please welcome back to the stage, Jeronimo.
All right, so round two.
Round two.
Round two. That's French for two. Fancy like that.
What about Spanish?
Dos. Dos.
Thank you.
Do say all right, that was hood. That's not good. All right, so the piece that I want to start with is a piece that I hold dear to me. It's called Objects in the Mirror. I'm sure a few of you guys have heard it, but you ever had one of those arguments where y'all both just arguing hard as shit? No one concedes. No one's going to quit. Not throwing a tantrum, but y'all both definitely throwing a fit. Even time seems to slow down a little bit. I'm not listening because I'm expressing. And she's not listening because who the fuck do he think he checking? Is this our last argument? Fuck love and its partnership. She can have the house because property is so hard to split. Imagine separating belongings like, that's my shirt, this is your hat, but whose heart is this? So as my wife and I not seeing eye to eye, her in the passenger seat and me on the driver's side, focus on the road, but this anger is making it hard not to cry. I sigh. Turn on the radio. Of course, there's a song that we used to dance to. I wanted to repropose to her with a band playing this song, but I didn't get a chance to because I objected to her to every argument that I felt that she blamed me for. I objected to her directions and didn't take the detour. I objected to her making me the object of her affection because me being responsible for her heart was out of the question. I'm guessing when they say objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, that maybe my reflections of her lessons, because only hindsight is crystal clear and my night vision has been slowly going. It's rainy and every headlight and street light is surely glowing. Rain is a bit of slush because earlier it was snowing. And with the frustration of not being able to fix my relations, I don't even know where the fuck I'm going. I look at my passenger side rear view and I see her beautiful face. It's amazing how much I have a clear view. She's looking off in the distance, pretending she's not crying. If she sees me crying, then she'll cry. So we're both pretending that we're not inside dying. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. But I've never felt further from the person sitting to the side of me. I just want to pull over to the side of the road and tell her everything that's inside of me. Fuck privacy. Let her know that the best job I could ever have was of loving her. Tell her that my heart only works because of her, that I never want to lose her. If the option was me dying and her living, I'm always choose her. But maybe I'll say it wrong and confuse her. Am I going to give her the affirmations that will soothe her? Maybe I'll say the wrong thing and just lose her all over. Not lose her all over, not lose her all over. So I put my blinker to pull over. There's a wide section on the highway shoulder. And as we switch lanes to get closer, I didn't see the semi over my shoulder. Now we're spinning out of control, flipping over and over, upside down. I can still read the mirror. Objects in the mirror are closer. Objects in the mirror are closer. Objects in the mirror are closer. I place my hand on my wife's shoulder. She takes her last breath and I know that my life is over. I just want to tell her I'm sorry, it's my fault and none of it was worth it. As a wife, she was perfect in love, she was deserving and all I need. But I'm losing consciousness and I can't breathe. All I can see is objects in the mirror are closer than they appear to be. Boom. These decisions are so difficult. You know, not just what you want to do, but in what order you want to do it in. I'm going to do, my heart just told me something, so I'm following my heart right now. My heart, I didn't even see the piece, but my heart just told me that this is the piece I need to do right now. This piece is called Things You Need to Hear. This is for everyone that's here. I mean, everyone that's here. My guy who's been serving me drinks, this is for you to hear as well. You know, number one, I love you. Number two, I'm sorry. Number three, I forgive you. I know you didn't mean to hurt me on purpose. You've been hurt, now you're healing, but that doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. 4, I admire your strength and courage, dude. 5, forgive me, I promise not to do it again. 6, I didn't mean those nasty things I said. You told me the truth and I just wasn't ready to hear it. I felt it was mean, but you were just presented a mirror. 7, I fumbled you. And I know I won't get anyone better than you. They'll just be poses. You will heal, but you I'll never get over. 8. I'm so proud of you. The best part of my day is being around you. 9. I was hard on you. I didn't know what I was doing. I just didn't want to fail you. 10. Your emotions are important. Even if I don't understand them, I'm sorry I was inconvenienced with your bout with depression. I know you don't plan them. 11. Watching you grow into the person you are becoming is so impressive. It's truly beautiful. I support your passion even though I may think it's usual. Who the fuck's want to be a tattoo artist? That's crazy. 12. I was scared when you told me about that dream and career change. It's not that I didn't believe it. I just didn't know how I could help you achieve it. 13. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you. Your greatness inspires me, defining. 14. I'm so sorry for leaving the way I did. I was a coward, afraid you would eventually see I wasn't worthy of you. I should have been there to teach you how to ride a bike, how to fight, explain to you what your first heartbreak might be like. 15. I was selfish or a coward. But just because I'm your parent doesn't mean you have no power. 16. You make me feel safe. I trust you. I trust you like my trust was made for you. You didn't have to earn it. You lived your whole life in a way that shows that you deserve it. 17. I learned so much from you. But I fight it because you expose so many things I don't know. 18. You deserve a book to be written about you. QuietKid. Then that book turned into a movie, Q, that has a soundtrack with Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Stevie Wonder, Andre 3000, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Charlie Wilson, and Missy Elliott. What I'm trying to say is y'all some bad motherfuckers. 19. I can't imagine my life without you in it. 20. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you when you first said you were abused. I was in love, and that love had me confused. 21. They won't hurt you anymore. They can't hurt you anymore because them getting out of the ground is way harder than getting through a prison door. 22. I know you miss me. I'm no longer walking on this earth. But I made sure you were ready to carry on before I left here first. I know it's a lot. There's no end to pain in sight. I love you and I trust that you will always do what's right. This is just few things that my spirit says some people around me need to hear, and hopefully you get to feel. And I'll be right here giving out hugs, just so you motherfuckers know that it's real. I love you all.
We love you, Jeronimo. We love you, man.
All right. Whew. So now I got 2 choices, right? One to do now and one to close out with. Yeah, I guess I gotta do that piece.
Yeah, I know.
Dang, okay.
Okay.
This is called Little Brown Bear Part 2.
There it is.
Teddy bears for sale. Teddy bears for sale. Come get your little brown teddy bear. Come get your little brown teddy bear. Where? You may ask. Over here. If you're in the hood, you know you can get teddy bears anywhere. Pharmacies, grocery stores, Family Dollar. Sales go up when we hear families holler. Oh, you thought Valentine's Day was the only time we can't keep them on the shelves. Nah. Black people are like philanthropist gun owners. They can't keep them to themselves. Open up a bear store if what you seek is getting wealth. I can show you how to make money off nothing. We make money off stuffing. We make money off suffering. Check the stock market. We in the riches. A pound of cotton and a dozen stitches, sit and wait to see black boy found in ditches. I ain't got to do shit. I just keep watching. Pick a bear from build a bear, but I thought niggas ain't like picking cotton. But look, they just keep flying out of the stores. Black people keep killing each other. It's like y'all at war. So shit, money, I just keep making more. Little brown bears, I just keep making more. They'll be posted up on street poles and corner stores. So how many more can I put you down for an order for? How many more family members y'all planning on erasing? Replacing with little brown teddy bears that won't be around next year? I tell you what, I got a special going on. Buy one bear, get a balloon free. Get a pink balloon that matches the RIP airbrush t-shirt of your little niece. I look for pink balloons in the sky. You know why? Don't you people like to do a balloon release? Because you'd rather release a bloom than release the hatred that consumes the streets. And I'm not doing the other part.
Oh, come on.
You thought I was? Aha.
That's so sad.
One day I
I
will.
felt it coming when you slowed down.
Oh, you was Phil Collins. I've been coming in the band tonight. All right. And I will finish with one of my favorite pieces. I feel like I want to sit down with this one, but I'm not. Okay. It's near and dear to my heart. All right. I came across a homeless man the other day, but he wasn't asking for change. All I heard him say was, "Have you seen my baby girl? She's the most beautiful girl in the world." I know everybody think their child is the most precious and the most special, but she's the most beautiful girl in the world. Have you seen her? His demeanor was eager for me to relate to him, or maybe to say her name. But every time I seen him, it was always the same thing. Now this dude had to be every bit of 60. Knotted up hair and layers of dirty clothes and eyes that dart around a little too quickly. Studying my eyes as I studied him. And he smelled the faint whiff of bugler roll-ups and bugler's gin. Come on, man.
You got it.
And he smelled the faint whiff of bugler roll-ups and Burnett's gin. But I tell him, no, I haven't seen her. And I started looking for some single dollars and change to get to the homeless as usual. But before I can, he's turned to another passing man saying, "Have you seen my baby girl? She's the most beautiful girl in the world." And I don't know why, I just watch him stand around and linger. Watch him work this crowded bus station like an entertainer, like a singer or performer for the show X Factor, or like an actor, but none of that mattered. I figured he was another schizo from a blank face that preceded his laughter. Plus, his daughter got to be an adult by now because he's like way older than me. I see he's irritating another couple, and the wife is clutching her purse, and her husband doesn't look like he wants to speak, so I intervene. I mean, maybe he needs to get something to eat. And I remember it's his sandwich cart right around the corner from the Metro Park, and as we start to walk, I asked him what her name is, and that's when I saw a spark. He stopped muttering. His eyes stopped darting. He looked straight into my soul as if he was about to tell me something I should never know. He says, "Her name's Sinai." And then he starts to cry. And so do I, because my daughter's name is Sinai.
You got it.
So I asked, where is she? Is she in the same city? Is she still alive? I felt connected. And I wonder if the name is the reason why. He said,
You got it, strong.
"You weren't there. You don't care. She was the most beautiful girl in the world, and you left her there." Pain shot through my body like an electric chair. I saw through the dirt, the matted hair, the darting eyes of the 1,000-yard stare. Underneath all of that, his face was crystal clear. The thing I didn't know I feared. He was me. Aged next to 30 years. I go to speak, but no words come out. I get hot. I wonder if it's because the sun's out. I think I'll get something to eat from that sandwich place. But my wallet's gone and it's a bottle of Burnett's gin in this place. Dirty clothes on me, pants being held up with a string around the waist. The homeless man is gone, he's vanished. And I start to panic and I start to scream. But all I can seem to say is, "Have you ever seen my baby girl?" She's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Thank you. Made to kill a party, yo.
That's one of my favorite poems of all time.
Yeah.
Ain't real rap. That is one of the best poems ever.